Okay. So we're going to go to page 103, 103. Man, we're moving through this book. 103 is where we're at today. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. We're talking about an opener. And the cool thing is you guys are already using this opener. You just started using it. Excuse me. These are ways to start sentences. When we start a sentence differently each time, it makes the writing a lot better to read. It's actually more interesting and just more, I don't know, profound. It's just a lot better to read it when it has different openers to it. So this is the first one that you guys are going to learn in this grammar book. But like I said, you're already using this in your regular writing. It's a number 2 prepositional opener. It's a sentence that begins with a prepositional phrase. The first word of the sentence must be a preposition. So look at the example here. It says, with great fear, Timmy ran from the cat. So that very first word is with, that is a preposition. So this is called a prepositional opener. Remember, prepositional phrases don't have any verbs. Okay, so like with great fear, that's the phrase, but you need to start with a preposition. And the way you're going to mark it in the book is just like how you do, almost like how you do in your writing. You're going to use a number 2 with a circle around it. In your writing, we use brackets right before the sentence. The first example says, in the kitchen, the cook gave all the instructions. So we have in the kitchen is your prepositional phrase. In is a preposition. So that's a prepositional opener. This one is also a prepositional opener. In the large warm kitchen, the cook gave all the instructions. And then another example, the third example is another prepositional opener. During the sunny days in June, Timmy missed his garden. So there's a couple of comma rules here that you need to know. If a prepositional opener has 5 words or more, follow it with a comma. So look at this middle example. It says in the large warm kitchen. If I count those, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. That requires a comma. The first one only has 3 words, in the kitchen, so no comma there. The other comma rule down here says if 2 or more prepositional phrases open a sentence, follow the last phrase with a comma. So that's this example here. You have during the sunny days, you see the little space right there in the underline. That's because in June is also a prepositional phrase. So technically this has 2 in a row. So the rule says if there's 2 in a row, you need a comma. All right, that's it for the lesson. This is pretty easy. So just remember the 5 or more rule for a comma on these. So go ahead and go to page 105. And then does anybody feel like reading this morning? How about William? I haven't heard you read it in a while. How about you read this one? Wait, I can't hear you. Your microphone's not working. Can you hear me okay? So I can't hear you. Maybe you know the little microphone button at the bottom? Maybe select your headset on the drop down there. Because your headset has a microphone, right? Oh, okay. Then you probably need to select your computer sound or microphone, I mean. Okay, while you're working on that, did you get it? No, can't hear you. Keep working on that. I'm not sure what the issue is. Oh, you know how when you log into Zoom, you have to select something about the sound? Is it like a pop-up window and you have to select OK on that? Did you do that? You want to try to log out and log back in? Okay, I guess so. There he goes. Well, while he's gone, go ahead, Lacey, you can read the sentence.
After a few minutes, Timmy, who didn't want to upset his new friend, apologized.
Good. Okay. Apologized is our vocabulary word. We know that. That's when you say you're sorry, when you feel bad about something you did wrong or a mistake. Apologized. So it is a verb, and we know that because it has an ed ending and it's something you do. Okay. There's one article, so go ahead and find that one. And then, Lacey, what about the three nouns?
Timmy, minutes, and friend.
Timmy, oh, minutes, yes, and friend, yes, that's correct. Those three. Very good. I'll wait till you're ready, William, when you got things going there. I'm gonna have Lacey keep going. What about the three adjectives?
New,
Few is one,
new,
new,
um,
and then whose friend is it?
Timmy's friend.
Yeah, but look before that. It is Timmy, but look the word before new.
Is
Yeah, so that is referring to Timmy, but the adjective is his because it tells whose friend it is. Better, Will? Unmute and say something.
okay. Can you hear
Ah,
me?
yes, yes, I can hear that. Good job. Okay, we just did a few things, so you might want to catch up there. I'll let you catch up for a minute. This is page 105. Since he's working on that, Lacey, how about let's come back to prepositional phrases. How about the who which clause? Where's that?
Who didn't want to upset his new friend, apologized.
Yes, everything except for apologized. See how they have the commas there? That separates out the who clause, so it's pretty easy to find. So the who clause says who didn't want to upset his new friend. And we're going to label that with W/W there. So check that. Now I want to do verbs next. So William, what about the verbs?
Upset.
Um, Actually, upset in this is not because it has the word to. Whenever you have to next to it, remember it's called an infinitive. That's how it functions. So not upset. Look again.
Apologize
Yes, apologize is one,
and want.
and want is one, and there's one more. It is a linking verb. Well, no, it's a verb. It's right before want. It's a helping verb, actually. It's right here. It's did. The word did in the word didn't is actually a helping verb. It's helping want. So didn't want is what that is. By the way, did you guys notice it needs an apostrophe in didn't? Okay, let's put that in right there between the N and the T. That's the apostrophe. We got the verbs. So Lacey, where are the subjects? Who did these things?
Timmy,
Timmy's one subject.
who?
Good. Awesome. That one's kind of hard to find sometimes, but if you know, in the who clause, it's always who. Very good. All right, now prepositional phrases. So not too upset. We're going to ignore that. That's an infinitive. So, William, where is the prepositional phrase?
After a few minutes.
Yes, very good. After a few minutes. Um, we don't need a comma there because remember the rule is five or more and it has one, two, three, four. So no comma there. What kind of an opener? Oh, go ahead, Lacey. Do you have a question?
Wouldn't we put it with Timmy?
Good question. No, because it stops on the first noun or pronoun.
Oh,
It's got to stop right there after a few minutes. Good question, though, because Timmy is a noun. But what kind of an opener is that, Lacey?
prepositional opener.
Yes, which is a number,
Two.
is a number two. That's right. I almost said one, but you're right. It's a number two. I'm going to write that word prepositional here. Very good. Capitals, go ahead and do that by yourself. End mark, period. We already got the apostrophe, so that's it. Just a reminder, make sure when you do your homework, you read the sentence out loud first. Even if you're just by yourself in the room, just read it with your voice and then go through the list. And remember, you can move around on the list. If you get stuck on anything, skip it, come back to it. All right, that's it for grammar for today. Let's get out your binders next. You were working on your report on gardening this week. Do either one of you want to read your first paragraph about gardening? You feel like reading it today? You don't have to, but you can if you want. No? Okay. That's fine. Maybe next week when we're done with the report, we can read that. So go ahead and get out everything for gardening and your big white page we were working on. You guys, I think you both wrote about instructions, right? On how to garden. Is that the topic you guys picked? William says yes. Is that what you picked too, Lacey? Okay. Um, that's good. That's a good one to start with. And let me just look really quick on your homework just so I can look at it. Did anybody have any questions about the paragraph or the homework or anything like that? Okay, Lacey.
I didn't do it because I forgot to, and I did the last week's.
Oh, okay.
But what does it mean by like the ly adverb?
On the checklist?
Hmm,
Yeah. Okay. Let's
From
look at that.
and then it's an opener now.
Yes. Okay. Good question. Because you know what? I forgot to talk about that last week. So I'm glad you brought that up. Um, and I'm looking at yours, William. You did pretty good. There's a couple things you need to fix. I don't know if you saw my note yet, but there's a couple things you need to fix on your homework. Um, but let's look at the checklist together really quick. That's a really good question right here. There is a new opener. So we still have the six dress ups. They're all there. But now we have two different openers. We have the prepositional, which we just talked about in grammar, and you guys used that last week on a different assignment last time. But there's a new one. It's a number three ly adverb opener. And basically that means you have to start one of your sentences in each paragraph with an ly adverb. Okay, that's basically it. You know what those are because you've been using them for a while now in your writing. Words with ly, and they're called adverbs because they modify the verb in the sentence. So basically, they're just telling more about the verb, like how the action is. So maybe carefully planting a seed, for example. So carefully planting, planting is your verb, and carefully is telling how they're planting or how we should plant our seeds. So that just means, see how there's three boxes next to it for each paragraph. Now, it does not have to be the first sentence. It can be anywhere inside the paragraph, but the sentence has to start with an ly adverb. And here's another thing, just so you know. You can't double dip. Have you guys ever heard the term double dip before? No. Double dip, I mean, I think it came from literally when you have a snack and you're dipping. Yeah. And you take a bite. Yeah, exactly. You got it, Lacey. And you don't want to do that because it's gross. So you share your germs that way. So double dipping is like not a good thing to do when you're at a party. But when I'm talking about writing, you can't use your ly adverb opener as the dress up word because notice there's an ly adverb under dress up and there's one under sentence opener. So you can't underline it and use it for an opener. They have to be in two different places. So you have to use one as an ly adverb in the middle of the sentence somewhere and underline it for the dress up and start a sentence with an ly adverb for this. Does that make sense, Lacey? Okay, so you're gonna mark it with a bracket and the number three because this is a number three opener. Just like we just talked about, prepositional is a number two opener. So this one's a number three opener. Um, Let me check something really quick here because let me see if I can show you an example. Okay, I can. Let's see. So this is another student in a different class. So I'm not going to show yours, William, so you can relax. I want to share this one. It's a different student in one of my other classes and how he wrote his paragraph about gardening. Oh, here we go. Notice this is his first paragraph here. Notice right here, I'm going to highlight in blue. See how that's the prepositional opener? That's a number two. In is a preposition. So in this case is a prepositional opener. And then right here, I know it's already highlighted yellow, but right here where my cursor is, there he started with consequently. That is an ly adverb, consequently. Uh-oh, Lacey disappeared. So when you mark those two, since Lacey left, William, on yours you used the word unlike, and that's not considered an ly adverb. It has to have ly at the end. Okay? So you can use unlikely. Does that make sense on yours? Okay. So make sure you go back and read my notes on your homework because I left you a couple notes there. And then notice the bold words here, gardening and hobby, and then gardening and hobby at the end. That's his topic clincher. So don't forget to include your topic clinchers. Okay. Let's go back here to, do you have any questions about the checklist, William? Okay. Let's go back to our list here. Now today we're going to choose two more topics because you guys are going to make this into a 3-paragraph report. You already wrote about instructions. That was what you did for Roman numeral 1. I'm just going to put a Roman numeral 1 next to that. So make sure you have your white page out because you're going to mark on this, okay? And then you have to pick two more topics. It's up to you which ones you want to pick. Now, I want to do that first. You can pick companion planting or tools or pests or compost or benefits because you're going to do two more paragraphs. So pick two topics for you to write about for paragraphs 2 and 3. So what do you think, William? You're the only one in here right now, so I'm just going to talk to you about it. You're going to
Well,
pick
tools and
two.
pests.
Which one?
Tools and pests.
Tools and pests. So next to tools, I want you to just put a Roman numeral 2. And then next to pests, I want you to put a Roman numeral 3. Okay. And that's going to just help you remember that that's what you picked. So on the back of this white page, let's set up your keyword outline for tools. And by the way, for those that are listening into the recording, You can pick whichever topics you want to pick. That's just what William decided. You can do the same or you can do different ones. So we're going to set these up. By the way, we're doing number 2 here, and look how it says A, C, and D. We don't have B, so we're going to not do an outline for B, okay, William? We're just going to do A, C, and D for tools, and it's 1 through 5. So Roman numeral 2 on this back part, 1 through 5, parentheses around 4 and 5, and you're going to do gardening and tools. That's going to be your Roman numeral 2. So go ahead and set that up for B, or not B, because it doesn't have it in B. We're going to skip that and do C. Roman numeral 2, gardening tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember that middle one's going to be C because B didn't have anything in it about tools. So we're skipping that. And then the last box is going to be D. Roman numeral 2, gardening tools. And then 1 through 5 again. Make sure you kind of spread them out so it's not too scrunched up there. And then in the middle, we're going to do that fused outline again. That one's going to be 1 through 6, like we did on the back, because Roman numeral 2, 1 through 6. Yeah, and then clincher. Here comes Lacey. I think she got kicked out for some reason. And then for Roman numeral 2 here, you're going to put gardening, comma, tools. And then as you're looking at those articles, you can think of another word to add to your fused outline right here. I'm not sure what happened, Lacey, but you got kicked off. What happened?
Crashed. It
Oh,
was
no.
the whole house kind of like shut down.
Oh, like the power went out?
Not really. It's like the internet doesn't work and then like nothing works.
Oh, yeah. I know that's happened to me before too. So what we did while you were gone is look at your list of possible topics here. You already wrote about instructions, and you need to pick 2 other topics for paragraph 2 and 3. And William chose tools and pests, but you don't have to do those. You can if you want, but you can pick whatever 2 topics that you like for paragraph 2 and 3. So what do you think, Lacey? Which ones do you want to write about?
I want to do benefits.
Benefits? Okay.
I don't know what the other one should be. Felt like I can do companion planting.
Yeah, you can do that one. Or you can do tools or pests too. It doesn't mean you can't do one of those if you like those. It's up to you. So I would say benefits, put it at Roman numeral 2 here. I wrote 2 next to that one because that's what William picked for 2. But you can write a Roman numeral 2 next to benefits. And then whatever you pick for your third one, put a Roman numeral 3 next to it. Okay. And then we put Roman numeral 1 because everybody wrote about instructions for the first paragraph. And then what we did is turn it over and start building your outlines for Roman numeral 2. And for tools on that list here, tools only has it in article A, C, and D. It didn't have any information in article B right there. So for William, we made A and then C and then D. We just skipped B. Does that make sense, Lacey? Go ahead, Lacey.
But he has pest, and that has B.
Yeah, but we're focusing on this one because this is Roman numeral 2. So this is Roman numeral 2. We're going to do another white page for Roman numeral 3, like a separate one. Does that
Oh,
make sense for pests? This is just for tools. Does that make sense, Lacey? So did you pick benefits for your number 2? Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. Keep them all in number 2 and put gardening benefits and gardening benefits and gardening benefits. And then the fused should have on yours, it'll say Roman numeral 2, gardening benefits, and then a blank. You can think of a third word later. Okay, so go ahead and set those up. Same as the other side. So while she's working on that, William, go to your article A. You should have marked A at the top. It should be page 125. You see that? Okay. 125 is called Plants of the Garden. I want you to look for the paragraph where you talked about where they talk about tools. I think it's on the back. Yeah, it's the paragraph on the back side. So go ahead and read that paragraph by yourself. On the back, it starts with proper tools are essential. You see that? Read that, and I want you to underline some facts that are interesting to you or important. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And then you're going to write the key words of those facts under A. Does that make sense, William? Okay, so work on that while Lacey's getting her outline set up. Got it, Lacey? Okay, good. You're all set. So now you're going to go to article, let's see. Yours are in B, C, and D. Is that what you put at the top? B, C, and D? Okay, good. So go to article B first. That's going to be on page 127. This one, The Wonderful World of Gardens. See that? It should have a B at the top. Got it? Okay. And then it should be for the benefits. Let's see, what paragraph is it? I think it's on the back. This is the last paragraph on the back. Is that what you have too? Okay. So go ahead and read that by yourself and underline facts that are interesting or important. And then you can start putting key words for yours is going to be B here under B. Okay. Okay. Good. How about you, William? Did you find some facts? What'd you get for A?
a full-size shovel as well as a handheld trowel will be the first thing.
Did you write those keywords down yet? Did you write them here yet on your outline? William, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me? How about now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Yeah? Okay. I was asking you, did you write down the key words on your outline yet? Okay, go ahead and do that for those facts. Just three keywords, and you can use symbols if you need to.
Does full size count as one word?
Ooh, good question. Let me see. Full size, let me see. Yes, because it's hyphenated, so that's one. Good job. Yeah. Same with handheld. If you wanted to use that, it's hyphenated too. Got it, William? How's yours coming, Lacey? Are you finding good facts in there to underline? Okay, good. Have you started writing down your keywords yet? Okay, good. I'm gonna let you guys work for a couple more minutes and then we're gonna get the Roman numeral 3 set up because you guys are gonna do both paragraphs this week. Lacey?
When it says local farmers market, why is there like an apostrophe before it?
Let me see. Oh, that's because, okay, so that word farmers means more than one farmer. But the apostrophe is after the S because the market belongs to the farmers. Remember the apostrophe S, like if it's Lacey's bedroom, that means the bedroom belongs to you. It's Lacey's with an apostrophe S. Same thing, but since farmers is plural right there, the apostrophe goes after the S because it's more than one farmer. But that's all it means is that the market is for the farmers. It belongs to the farmer or the farmers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has that one word?
Um, no, it still would be farmers is one word and then market's another word.
Oh.
Yeah. But you could draw a picture maybe of a market or put MARK dot as an abbreviation for market. You could do that. Okay, go ahead and finish up the one you're working on. And then we need to get Roman numeral 3 page set up for you this week. So as soon as you finish the number you're working on, go ahead and stop that. Okay, so William, I know Lacey's still finishing up that one she's working on. Get out a new clean piece of white paper, okay, from the back of your binder. You got it? Did you already fold it? Okay, go ahead and start setting up Roman numeral 3 then. And remember, you got to fold it into thirds here. You already got it folded and everything? Did you fold it already, William? Okay, so, okay, let me open it back up to remind you. Remember, it's big like this. Open it up big. And the first thing you're going to do is fold it this way. So lay it down and fold it long like that. And Lacey, you can get another one out too. There you go. Fold it long like this. So it's like what we call taco fold. Good, that's right. And then William, you're gonna go fold it over the middle, past the middle a little bit, and then the other side goes on top of that. So you end up with a square like this, okay? Good, that's right, Lacey. And you're gonna fold it this, when you lay it down flat, you're gonna fold what the one side a little bit past the middle and then the other side on top of that. That's right, William. That looks good. I see that. Okay, so once you get it folded, You can open it back up. And it depends on what topic you picked for your third paragraph. William picked pests. Did you decide on one, Lacey, for your third paragraph? So William picked pests, and his is going to be in A, B, and C. So William, you're going to do A and B and C, and it's going to be Roman numeral 3 this time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be, this is for William, gardening, and then pests. And then 1 through 5. Same thing for B and C, okay, William? Did you pick one, Lacey? Which one did you pick for your third paragraph?
Companion planting.
Companion. Okay, cool. So your companion is in A, C, and D, so you don't need a B for yours, okay? Yeah, good. A, C, and D. You know sign language? Me too. That's cool. Williams is in A, B, and C, so you're going to do B here, gardening, and then comma, pests, and then 1 through 5 again. This is Roman numeral. So on this new page, Lacey, you're going to do Roman numeral 3. Okay. And then yours is going to say gardening, comma, companion. Got it? Okay. Your fused outline. Pests or companion. And then you're going to decide on a third word to put there for your fused. And it's going to be 1 through 6. And clincher. That. So that whole page you're working on right now should all have Roman numeral 3 only on it. Did you get yours set up, William? Good. Okay. We'll wait for Lacey to get her set up. Got it? Okay, good. I see that. Perfect. You guys are all set now for both paragraphs. Remember, you're only going to read the paragraph from the article that matches what you need for your keyword outline. So whatever article A, B, C, or D, look for just the paragraph that talks about that topic. So you guys both pick different topics, so make sure you look for that note in the margin for your topic and then read it and start finding keywords for each one of these and then put them together in the fused. Pick your favorites to put in the fused. Make sure as you're picking your favorite facts up here that they go in a logical order. So if you're talking about like tools, and you want to talk about the different tools to use, make sure it kind of goes in a good order, or pests, as you're copying it down here, make sure it flows is what I'm saying. And then just another reminder, you don't have to have just 7 sentences, even though you have Roman numeral 1 is a sentence and then 1 through 6 makes 7. You can add extra sentences if you need to fit in your dress ups and your openers, because you might not find a good spot. So you can add a sentence if you need to, or two. Okay. Don't go past 10 sentences though, because that's kind of long. But you got to have at least these seven, but you can add more if you need it. Do you guys have any questions about what your homework is this week? No questions? How about you, Lacey? So you're going to do two paragraphs. You're going to do Roman numeral 2 and Roman numeral 3. So when you turn it in next week, you're going to have all three paragraphs together as a report. Does that make sense? Okay. Are you good, Lacey? Yeah, you look cold. Okay, before you go, I want to talk to you about the next week, the lesson we're going to work on the next week. And let me take this off share. Your homework this week is finishing your gardening report, but after that, you guys are going to do a report on a country, and you get to pick what country you want to write about. The only rule is you can't pick the United States of America. You got to pick, I know you guys are like, it's my favorite country too, but you got to pick a different country than the one that we live in. So it can be like Japan, China, Mexico, Africa, Argentina, any country. I know Africa is a continent, so there's a lot in the African continent, but you can choose something from South America like Brazil, Peru, Chile, any of those, Russia, any country. What do you think, Lacey? Do you have an idea?
Australia.
Australia, perfect. Yep, you can write about Australia. Do you know what you want to write about, William? If you don't know yet, that's okay. You can think about it. There's also Iceland. That would be an interesting one to write about, or France, or Italy, or any of those other, like Sweden, Norway, um, any of those, Canada too. There's lots and lots of countries to pick from. So if you can't think of one, talk to your mom about it, or your dad, or whoever is at home, and kind of ask them, what do you think I should write about? What country would be good to write about? Do you know what you want to write about, William? Are you looking it up? You can also look up on Google what are all the countries in the world, and then you get a giant list, and that might help you too to pick something. But Australia would be a good one. They have some really interesting animals there in Australia. That'll be fun to write about. Okay, so as you're thinking, you're gonna pick, go ahead, William.
Japan.
Which one?
Japan.
Japan. Perfect. I like it. I'm going to show you something when you go to research. And by the way, oops, hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. Um, when you research, you should have your mom or dad or whoever's with you sit down with you when you get on the computer, okay? Because you're going to look for 3 different articles online for your report. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Let me show you what you're going to do with your mom or dad or whoever you're with. Either whatever adult is at home to help you, okay? You're going to go to Google and you're going to type in all about, oops, I'm in all caps here. Like for Lacey, she picked Australia. I'm going to put all about Australia for kids. And I'm going to put this in your Google Classroom assignment so you can remember how to search for it. All about Australia for kids. The reason why I want you to put for kids in there is so it's a safer search for you. You're not going to have any weird pop-ups coming up or anything when you search for kids. So when I do that, you're going to see a list of videos here. You can watch the videos if it's okay with your parents to watch some of those, but what you're really looking for is articles, okay? And so if I scroll down here, the first one I see says National Geographic Kids. And I click on that where it says Australia. Oh, and there's a little koala bear. That's so cute. They're so cute. Anyway, Here's Australia, and here's some interesting fast facts about Australia. If I keep scrolling down, it's talking about the geography. Here's a map and some paragraphs about the geography. And then, ooh, there's some interesting underwater life, ocean life. Then you got more paragraphs about people and culture and nature. So you're going to print this article. So for William, you're going to look up um, all about Japan for kids and go to the National Geographic website and print it. Okay. The other thing you're going to do is save the URL. So if you know about computers, up here in that search bar at the very top, that long address is called a URL. And you're going to save it by clicking this little star up here. Do you guys see that little star? Oh, you don't see it, Lacey? Right here at the top, top right. Do you see where I'm circling my little cursor right there?
I don't see anything past the search.
Oh, it's weird. Let me try that again.
Like everything on top of it, I can't see.
Let me try that again. Weird. I don't know why. How about now? Do you see the koala bear now?
I saw the koala. It's the search where you were putting it at. I saw like the very bottom of the cursor.
Do you see this box right here on the right side? It's a big box. Okay. And do you see the little tiny blue star right here at the top? No, you guys don't see that. Weird. I don't know why you don't see that. Well, your parents can help you with this because what you need to do is save that address. Do you see this up here where my cursor is at the top? Where it says HTTPS. Do you see that up at the top here? Weird.
I know what you're talking about, just I don't see it.
Okay. That's weird. I don't know why you don't see it, but check with your dad, Lacey, because he can help you save. What you need to do is save that address to the website, and I'll put it in the Google Classroom for you because we're going to make what's called a bibliography. I'll explain that next week, but just make sure you save the URL, the address to the website, but you also need to print it. So ask your parents for help with that if you need help. I'm going to go back right here. Do you guys see the Google list right here, the search list? It's on a black page. Okay. So the next one says Kids World Travel Guide. You can click on that one too. That's going to be another good source for you about Australia or Japan. And then look how it says right here, Australia Facts, and then it says Australia for Kids. Here's more information about Australia. So you're going to print this article too. It's got great stuff about Australia on the map, the states of Australia. I'm just scrolling through here. Australian cities, attractions. Hopefully there's something about the animals on here, but I'm just kind of scrolling through everything. Oh, here's an ostrich. That's kind of cool. Wild animals, talking about the people. So this is another, oh, here it is. Look, Australia facts, Australian animals. So here we go. It'll talk about all the different animals that are in Australia, kangaroos, wombats, and koalas and dingoes. Interesting. So you're going to learn about all the animals that are there. This is a wombat. Look at that. That's kind of cute. It's like a little bear or like a pig and a bear mixed together. Anyway, pick three articles. Watch what happens. I'll go back. There's another one, Britannica. This is another good one. So you only need to pick three, okay? But you want to find articles that talk about the country itself. You want to have it talk about the people, maybe the food you can find there, the animals. These are going to be your topics. Just like for gardening, you have topics like tools and pests and things like that. For your country, you're going to have topics like people, animals, food. maybe celebrations or what they do in that country. So part of your homework is to find those 3 articles and print them and bring them to class, to the Zoom class next week. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So you want to make sure you have 3 articles. So again, I'm going to go over your homework one more time. You're going to do your grammar like always. You're going to finish up your report on gardening. You're going to do paragraphs 2 and 3. And then you're going to pick your country. It sounds like you guys already did. So Lacey has Australia. William's going to write about Japan. So you're going to look up for kids with your parent, print those out. And if you know how to save the URL, you can save it. Okay. And then bring those articles to class next week because we're going to do some stuff with it. It's going to be fun. We're going to write a big report about your country. Lacey?
In the last article, I saw a whole bunch of on the left side. There was like a whole bunch of countries.
Oh, that's a good spot to find countries. Yeah, that's a good idea. So if you haven't decided yet, you can look and see what other choices there are. That's a good idea. Okie doke. Any other questions about any of that? Nope, you're good. All right, you guys, good job today. Good luck and have fun this week. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.